Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is April 23rd, and right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see the next system out here just moving across Haida Gwaii in western British Columbia. That's what's going to be cooling us down as we go through tonight and into tomorrow and Thursday. And we're going to be setting up a system and some troughing off the coastline here, and it looks like we might stay cool and possibly wet here, and maybe even some mountain snow as we go through the extended forecast. But today we have a nice warm day for many areas, so get out there and enjoy it while it lasts, because we may not have any of those exceptionally warm days here as we go on in towards the early portion of May. I mean, we're not looking at record highs or anything like that, but still 70 degrees at this time of year is quite nice. Now, taking a look at the visible satellite imagery, you can see some of the high-level clouds moving across the area, but you can see mostly sunny skies out there. You got some marine layer down here towards southwest Oregon here also, and there is a thunderstorm chance down here across some of southern Oregon today. Already some lightning strikes across California and Nevada as we speak. Now, if we take a look at that, you can see it does include Wairika, but watch out, maybe towards Klamath Falls and Lakeview out there, Paisley, you might get a thunderstorm out there. So heads up, that was a graphic from the National Weather Service, Medford, Oregon for today. Now, this is looking at peak wind gusts. We got some dry, breezy southwest winds as we go through the day tomorrow. Heightened grass fire conditions and some choppy waters in the lakes, Moses Lake. You guys know the drill out there. So the system's going to be rolling through here and kicking our onshore flow on, and that's what's going to bring these winds. Taking a look at Missoula, Montana, you can see as we start to go later on into the week and towards the weekend, you got some past level snow starting to show up here, and maybe an isolated thunderstorm here as we go through Wednesday or Thursday. Now, taking a look at 18,000 feet or 500 millibars, this is the European on the left versus the GFS on the right. You can see Washington State right there. The White Islands are the bottom left. You can clearly see that system we talked about there, western British Columbia, and that's just going to start kicking our onshore flow on. And as we go on in through Thursday and Friday, you can see the trough kind of move down and across the southeast, kind of an inside slider there. But then as we go on in towards the weekend and early portion of next week, you can clearly see this trough. A little bit different position here in the GFS and the European, so we'll have to see which one eventually wins out there. But this is a very cold upper level low here on the GFS, and eventually the European does bring that, but much later in the period here. And then it kind of reinforces with another shot there as we go on through Fantasyland. So you can see we're going to be dealing with some troughing for a while as we go on into the early portion of May. If we take a look at the European, kind of timing out this precipitation, you can see it moving in as we go through the day today for Western BC, Vancouver Island. As we go through tonight and tomorrow morning, you can see precipitation probably starting for some of Western Washington as we go on in through the day tomorrow. And then you can kind of see the next system setting up shop here as we go through the day Thursday. That'll be the wetter one there, and that's going to start spreading some precipitation amounts. And we're going to start piling up some rain and snow across the higher terrain as well. So cross your fingers for that. We could really use kind of this late season beneficial snowfall for a lot of the mountainous areas. Now, take a look at total snow in inches on the National Blended Models. Let's scroll through here, and we're going to go through tomorrow, and now we're going through Thursday here. You can see it does bring a bit of snow, but better for BC and some of the Rocky Mountains here. A little bit for the Cascades, but as we go on in through the extended here, you can kind of see that we're going to be dealing with this troughing through the end of the month, that we have the chance to build up some of the snow across our higher terrain. So that is a good thing. Cross your fingers for that. Now, taking a look at the temperatures today, look at some of these temperatures. Look at this, mid 70s for Portland, lower 70s for Seattle. Nice and warm out there. Definitely get out there and enjoy that, because you're going to feel the change as we roll on in towards tomorrow and Thursday. Look at some of these highs only into the mid 50s out there. And then as we go through Friday, you can see we don't bounce back those temperatures very well anytime in the short term, and, you know, kind of keeping us at or below to average temperatures for this time of year all the way on into early May. Now, this is looking at a 3-hour temperature change that we're going to go through tonight. You can see another drastic drop in temperatures as we go through this evening here, as we start that onshore flow and we start to bring that marine air back into the area. And we've got some offshore flow right now. So we're going to warm up pretty well today, but definitely cool down. You're going to feel this if you step outside as you go through 8, 9, 10 p.m. tonight across much of western Washington and Oregon, a lot of the Cascades as well. So taking a look at those wind speeds here at 80 meters, you can see the offshore flow ongoing as we go this morning. Cross Cascade flow here, and then as we go through the afternoon hours, you can see the westerlies start to come down the street of Wanafuka through the Chehalis Gap. As we go through tonight, that's what's going to bring that cool down here across the region. So yeah, be prepared for that. As we go through tomorrow morning and Wednesday, And see some nice, gusty east winds coming across the region here. And again, that might cause some, it could spread some grass fires out there, like the National Weather Service Spokane did mention some choppy lakes out there. So watch out for that. And then you can see the system off our coastline here as we go through Thursday, bringing a bit better chance for precipitation here across the region. Looking at Seattle yesterday, 61 degrees, 43 degrees for the low. That's almost the exact normal high and low for this time of year. Nowhere near that record high of 78 set back in 2005. And the record high for today is only 72 here. So we actually might get that. I think I said that we wouldn't get record highs, but we actually might get close to that. That was set back in 1977. And the bigger story here, though, is that we're not getting much precipitation. You can see 0.43, where we usually get up over 3 inches during April. We have a chance to bring some in here, but it's not looking like a lot for CTEC. So we're probably going to finish this month well below average. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station to record all this crazy weather we get here in the Pacific Northwest, haptic rain gauge, great smartphone app, stores all the data for you in the cloud. Click on that link down below to save 10%. Now, one more look at here at the precipitation moving as we go through the day tomorrow. You can see kind of hit and miss here, nothing too crazy. And then as we go through Thursday, definitely a better precipitation maker, but there still is some rain showering going to be going on across some of the Puget Sound, Whidbey Island, maybe the San Juans, especially east of the mountains as well with some of these systems here. You're not going to bring much precipitation into the Columbia Basin. It's pretty hard to do so this time of year without some kind of upper level low spinning back out of the southeast or bringing thunderstorm activity. But hopefully we can build up some of that snowpack across the higher terrain. Now looking at total precipitation in inches, check out some of these precipitation amounts as we go. So here we're going towards the end of April. I'm going to go to about April 30th so we can see what we may get by the end of the year here, and that would be right about here. So you're looking maybe another half an inch or so for Seattle, so that would put us right around an inch on the month here, well below average. But you can see that's a pretty good signal for some precipitation in the form of snow as well across the Cascades, the Olympic Mountains, some of the Rocky Mountains. Also, you can kind of see the rain shadowing there across eastern Washington. Pretty typical with that. You get the compression heating down here across the east slopes of the Cascades, and you just don't get these big precipitation makers over there. Now looking at CTAC here, again, another very warm day today, and you can see the huge drop off as we go through Wednesday and Thursday. Red line is the average temperature for this time of year, and you can see no sign of being above average temperature here for the next, 10 plus days or so. We'll be watching that daily, however, but get out there and enjoy today. And this is Eugene, something similar there as well, as we're looking at below average conditions as we go on in through the end of April and early portion of May. Portland, something similar here as well. You might get 72 or so today, and then some below average conditions coming in here. This is Bellingham, Washington. It's similar again here today. But 8 to 14 day, you can see all the way through May 6th, going to get that below average signal here for some of the Pacific Northwest and above average precipitation. So again, we'll watch that and break it down day by day. And if you missed this the last few days, this is for summer, June, July, and August. This is meteorological summer here, and above average signal there for temperatures and below average for precipitation. We are exceptionally dry already without this signal here, so that's not good news. Hopefully that it doesn't mean that an active fire season is coming up here. We're going to be looking at water restrictions or drought concerns, and La Nina likely to come here. And just pointing this out one more time, meteorological winter, kind of like at that below average signal here, kind of bullseye on western Washington, and above average signal for precipitation. And drought monitor, nothing has changed there just yet. And we could really use that snow for the higher terrain, because you can see we are really hurting across some of the higher elevations here as far as snowpack is concerned. Some areas around 60, 54%. BC is not doing well either. And some of northern Oregon could really use some snowfall, especially the Cascades. And I may go chasing this week. It's kind of looking pretty good there on Thursday. So I may head out, we'll see if I can get anybody to go with me, or if I'm just going to head out there by myself. We'll see how that breaks down. But yeah, severe season is out there across the plains. So you may see me doing some of these briefings from some of the hotel rooms in the morning before I head out to chase if I go out there for a couple of days. If we look at the 4 to 8 day outlook, you can kind of see there's still some activity there across Oklahoma, and it backs up there a little bit on Saturday, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.